Yes. It's finally time to review some Xbox games. Therefore, we'll be reviewing them on PC. What? You didn't expect me to actually play the Xbox version, did you? Never. Xbox sucks.
He's right.
It was always that sore thumb that stuck out at family gatherings, making everyone question why they're here, and just why they even exist. Like a drunk uncle that's on the registry. Maybe I should reword that.
The wood chipper!
So anyways, it's finally time to get into Xbox published games. The closest we got to was Flight Simulator 2002. This time, we're going to check out a cult classic that's grown over the years with quality of life improvements and tons of free new additions to the game with new maps, weapons, cosmetics, and more. Yep, this is State of Decay 2, developed by Undead Labs, who were originally an indie/AA studio that made the top hit Xbox arcade title State of Decay, before Xbox bought them, allowing them to make a bigger and better sequel, which just makes it impossible to go back to the first game over. So let's go ahead and get into State of Decay 2, which came out back in 2018. Dear God, why do I keep getting reminded of how much time has passed when making these reviews? State of Decay 2 is more sandbox oriented over the first game. Instead of having pre-made characters in a linear story with no replay value, there's a slider to adjust our difficulty experience. This will determine how tough and in numbers the zombies are. Plus, special infected will be more common, with more plague hearts and less loot. Among some other stuff, you can adjust it more in depth and customize your experience more. Afterwards, we get to choose our survivors from a pool that we procure over each playthrough. At first, we don't get anything. We then choose from one of 5 maps, each sadly being outback small town country themed only. So that does suck there's no variety. Not sure if this was a technical reason or what. I mean, Unreal Engine 4 was capable of more, but whatever. Once we choose our 3 starting survivors and a map, we begin the game. But before we get into the more serious stuff, I want to cover the combat first. When it comes to combat, we have 3 flavors: melee, gun, and vehicle.
Hope nothing hurt that.
Using various kinds of melee weapons like poles, crowbars, axes, machetes, knives, hammers, and more, chopping and crushing zombies into giblets. It is quite satisfying when utilizing finisher attacks, which makes you more vulnerable to other zombies around you while costing a lot of stamina. Though attacking head-on isn't always the best and only option. One can stealth kill enemies if they have the opportunity. Though not every survivor will be good with stealth, turn off your flashlight, crouch, and creep up on your target, pulling a classic Metal Gear. Your melee weapons do have durability and can become worn over time, so it's best to not overuse a weapon unless you got a backup on you, let alone have the resources in a workshop to tend to worn down gear. So what about the firearms? Yeah, that should summarize it for you. They're good, so long as you have the ammo for them. During my playthroughs, I barely got any ammo to just use willy-nilly, so instead I focused on melee and vehicle attacks. It's best to save guns for the special infected and end game, though there's plenty of firearms to collect like shotguns, rifles, handguns, assault rifles, grenade launchers, pyro guns, and more. Heck, we even have explosives we can craft and loot, though they won't make a huge difference when dealing with certain enemies, like the average Asmongold viewer.
You know it, I know it, everybody knows it. There it is.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Given this is a modern zombie game, there's bound to be special infected, especially after the cultural phenomenon that was Left 4 Dead and its sequel. Therefore, get ready for the likes of ferals, who love to sprint and leap out of nowhere, mixing a cheetah and the hunter from Left 4 Dead together to make nightmare fuel you don't want to encounter at night.
Oh, there's one of those ferals.
Break yourself, fool!
Sit, Ubu, sit. Bad dog.
Of course, there's one that explodes once near you or you hit it once. Left 4 Dead provided boomers are popular for gun practice.
Come again.
Then again, of how they left the world to us younger generations, I'm not surprised. These fuckers will lay in the middle of the road at all times of day and night, acting as roadkill, but are just literal zombie mines. There's a screamer which damages you and stuns survivors while alerting nearby zombies, but sadly I don't have any gameplay of this because I was capable of avoiding the things, so here's me shooting one with my bad aim instead.
I'm on my last magazine.
Yo, fuck these Z's, right? Am I fucking right?
I was surprised to see a cameo from Gabe Newell in this game, especially given his hatred for consoles. Not sure how much he costed Xbox, but it's neat to see him here telling us there's still gonna be no Half-Life 2 Episode 3.
Crack those undead heads! I'm impressed. We took our little home and turned it into a fortress against the apocalypse. I got a feeling this place is gonna be strong and secure for a good long time.
Oh, shit!
Yeah, that joke doesn't really work anymore since he's thinned down. But whatever, the game is old so it works, moving on. Upon starting the game, you'll get an introduction with your 3 survivors deciding on what to do.
So, whose turn is it to find more fuel?
Not me. Last time, a juggernaut almost ripped me in half.
I have a better idea. We could settle down here instead of moving on.
I admit, it looks better than the last couple of towns we came through.
Now that you mention it, it does feel kind of homey.
It's settled. This town is where we'll set up our new base. We just have to find a spot that's defensible, maybe with some room to expand.
So you decide this is the place you'll call home. Now to find a base, which is always chosen for you each time you play with the starting base every single time. Thankfully later on, we can move to another one once we meet the requirements. For now, let's just claim the starter base. In this case, it's one of the better choices with a good position with less vulnerable spots and a good amount of spaces for different facilities. To claim the base, we need to explore every nook and cranny, clearing any zombies. Then it's time for us to claim all your bases belong to us.
It looks pretty safe. I think we should claim this place and move in.
I couldn't agree more.
Oh boy, now the real game begins, with you having to go out and loot for stuff. From ammo, meds, food, gas, building materials, weapons, clothing, trade items, and more. With a small inventory depending on which backpack you have equipped, determining your capacity with a maximum of 8 slots. One must be careful what they take, as it means several repeat trips to get stuff, which does become tedious and boring after a while.
I'm about to be in a lot of trouble. That's a lot of stuff.
And you may be wondering, why not have the AI loot? They can't. What? The game doesn't let you call in the AI to loot rucksacks or supplies, unlike in the first game. Reason? Simple. Multiplayer.
Oh! Okay!
It's also why we can't not barricade windows anymore either, which sucks as it gave you more time to loot while avoiding danger in the first game. Hopefully the sequel brings it back.
I think I just got some unwelcome attention.
While searching, it's slow. You can speed it up, risking making lots of noise and alerting any nearby zombies to your location. The one good thing I could say is you can bring one AI-controlled survivor along with you to help in anything you do. So give them a bunch of stuff to carry, including a rucksack, but still, you cannot radio in survivors to come pick up any rucksacks of supplies you found. Enjoy bringing a maximum of 2 duffel bags of supplies each run. God, this is so stupid. State of Decay 3 needs to fix this, and multiplayer was not the solution. It is never the solution. Okay, let's see if we can get any more scrap for crafting and whatnot.
I can't carry that much.
Hey guys, what are you... Oh shit, we got a Zed. Hale, get back, I got this one. Hale, move. God damn it. There.
Boom! Headshot!
Just another day in State of Decay. If you have the required materials, number of survivors, and of course knowledge, there are several different kinds of facilities you can build within your base. These will depend on the space's size and if it's outdoor or indoor. So farms have to be outdoors, in large spaces. Outside bunk beds don't cost you maintenance, but decrease morale. Guard towers are outside only and can provide protection, but the gunfire is noisy. Certain facilities can help you or be a burden. It's best to have an infirmary to deal with infections and other medical issues like burns. A garden will be useful to cut back on food consumption, but cost materials while providing only a small amount of food until you upgrade it, let alone find a mod to install to increase output. Mods are found in loot like generators, farming tools, rank collectors, etc. Let's cover outposts real quick. Nearly any place that can be looted can be turned into an outpost. Though you don't want just any place as an outpost, you want ones with resources and strategic placement. They help clear the area of threats, can offer gas, more beds to increase your community population limit, power, water, food, ammo, and more. Whatever your base's command center level is will determine how many outposts you can have up and running. With a facility mod, this can be increased, but otherwise we'll need knowledge of computers to upgrade.
I'm glad we've already got a start on building this base up into something real.
A small addition to this game that I feel like is a step in the right direction but not quite what we all wanted is survivor customization. Now sadly this is limited to clothing of a full piece outfit and a hat.
Who's laughing now? I got my hat.
It's fine, but man, this just makes me yearn for a full-fledged character creator to personalize our zombie apocalypse experience all the more. Let me make Charlie, Muda, and Zach
Oh no, he's hot!
fighting hordes of flesh-eating monsters. Damn, man.
He's right.
Anyways, you can find clothing through looting stuff, but also monthly timed events the developer runs where you do various challenges to unlock new cosmetics. I stopped doing those many years ago and never bothered with them again after playing the game for the first time in basically 4 years.
We've greatly enhanced our crowd and community systems to create the most believable city in any open world game to date. The city's streets are bustling with crowds of people from all facets of life, all living their lives within a full day and night cycle.
If you get stuff to repair and gas up your car, you can use it again or look for another one. Vehicles are very useful and necessary for your survival, mostly because of how huge and empty and boring the maps are. Each type of car has different inventory space and noise pollution. For example, a car only has a small amount of inventory space, but in turn has good mileage. Yet a truck can store more stuff, with the negatives being louder engine and more gas guzzling. The cons, of course, are they create lots of noise, require tons of gas, some vehicles more so like trucks, as well as maintenance from all the zombies smacking, bloat explosions, and fence smashing. There's a large variety of different vehicles. And sadly, cars in this game in comparison to the first are kind of on the rarer side, so basically take what you can get. But make sure you're ready to deal with the consequences that come with it.
Boy, I'm a little hard right now, I ain't gonna lie.
So yeah, let's talk about maintaining our cars. As you play, one can find repair kits for vehicles. You should always store one in your trunk for just in case moments, which depending on your difficulty and playstyle may be more of a necessity than anything.
I know you told your friend you're not okay.
Gas is usually found in gas stations, but they can also be found elsewhere in smaller gas canister loots. Make sure you have 1 or 2 in your car's storage at all times as well. Again, it might be best to have 3 or 4 if you use the truck or sports cars. I never found the sports cars, but I'm sure they're there. While playing the game, dealing with your own problems, there will be other groups of survivors seeking help and offering trade deals. If you help other groups, they can return the favor. But this usually involves lots of boring fetch quests of gathering plague zombie samples, or giving them lots of food or gas, ammo, or even building materials, or even help escorting them to places as they loot for supplies and fight endless waves of zombies for a set amount of time while making sure none of them die. But after a while, an option to recruit one of their survivors into your community appears. This of course disbands their entire group from the map, so be careful with this decision, and also choose the best candidate to join your community.
Hey, you. Good to see ya. Hey, you. Hey, you. Good to see ya. It's good to see you alive.
You'd be better off with us than staying here. Trust me.
The goal of the game is to destroy all plague hearts and complete your leader's quest for whichever type of leader you chose. So first we'll cover the plague hearts because this is needed to get to the final step and complete a playthrough.
My skin is crawling. Must be a plague heart nearby.
Depending on your difficulty settings, there will be a different number of plague hearts to deal with. Basically, these are hives for zombies. The hearts are literally heart-like entities that spawn and call more zombies. The area affected by these hearts has a strange air about it, seeing floating particles as well as new zombies. These are plague zombies, which are stronger, faster, and deadlier than normal Zeds.
We can all agree that the army isn't around right now. So what are they?
If one scratches you, let alone bites, it's basically game over, man. You're now infected, and will slowly turn depending on exposure and settings. So hurry up and destroy the plague heart with whatever you got. It's best to keep your distance because the plague heart notices you, it will unleash a roar that can damage and infect you while summoning a new horde of undead. So keep your distance, using firearms and explosives to take it out.
We found a place that might have what we need.
Only a set number more of these, and it's time to wrap up the game. Yep, this is your entire experience each time, and every time you play the game. I honestly didn't enjoy this gameplay loop and wish there was more variety to keep things from getting stale.
That's one plague heart that won't give us any more trouble.
Plague hearts are scattered everywhere, with some huddled near each other, which makes things even more difficult for you with more plague Zeds. Plus, you cannot claim any outposts or move into a new base if the area is covered in red. So get out there and destroy every plague heart over time. You'll want to stock up on supplies and maybe even call in some help via drop-in, drop-out co-op through Xbox and Steam, which I never do because I hate multiplayer. Instead, I'll take on these plague hearts alone or with a fellow survivor that's controlled by AI. Just be careful inside buildings and try not to set yourself on fire.
Fuck yeah, it's hurting! Don't let up!
When it comes to the finale, it all depends on which leader type you have. There's Builder, Sheriff, Warlord, and Traitor. Each one will have a different goal. I'll let you find out for yourself for most of them, as we'll just explore the Builder's legacy today. Our goal is to build a well-running community with a level 3 workshop. Afterwards, we get tons of people showing up, asking to join our group. This starts out pretty smooth and easy, with the first requiring a bribe of a luxury trade item. Afterwards, another demands him and his female friend join so she could be treated before she turns into a zombie. I decided this was too risky and turned them down.
Really?
Come on. I should get to an infirmary, or I'm done for.
Hey folks, Swain here from the network, giving you the straight dope as always. Look people, we've been left in the cold.
The last batch decides to be more ominous with their intentions, leading to a confrontation with these rejects attacking our base, summoning dozens of zombies as well as special infected.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have fun with this place.
We have creeps practically climbing on top of our heads.
Man, that is a lot of fucking zombies.
We got a break on our hands.
We are not going to let up. Not for a moment.
For a large-scale siege on our base, thankfully it went pretty smooth all things considered.
To a fortress against the apocalypse. I got a feeling this place is gonna be strong and secure for a good long time.
And that's it. Game is over. The ending plays, which is the same each time with only the location changing depending on the map and what your leader has to say.
Just take a moment and think about all we've done together. We've bled together. We've lost friends together. But we've also built something here that can endure. And anything that can be done once can be done again in the next town. And that's how we do it. That's how we rebuild this world. Together.
At the end of the day, State of Decay 2 is a flawed gem full of jank and technical hurdles that were never fixed. But if you can look past them, it's a fun game well worth playing, especially compared to PlayStation's garbage Days Gone. One day I'll tackle that game. Till then, State of Decay 2 is an average fun game well worth playing. I can't wait for the third game, whenever that comes out. This review was produced before the Xbox June 9th showcase in 2024, so who knows if it was shown off or not, especially given Xbox's current rocky future. Also, I didn't cover everything this game has to offer, because I don't want to bother exploring every little thing and spoiling it for you. I want you to explore it. I didn't cover the multiplayer wave-based survival mode. I didn't cover the other campaign mode, instead of just focusing only on the sandbox one. But anyways, that's it for this video. See you all later.
Knock it down, finish it off.